Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the show. Welcome to It's Still Real to Me. I'm your host, John Kucher, aka Johnny Fashion. No Harmon tonight. Harmon has the night off. I think he's playing some WWE 2K16 or something. I don't know. He just got a PS4, so he's ignoring us. That's not true. That's not true. Might be true. I don't know. But Harmon's definitely off tonight. His regular fill-in, Greg Marston, is in the house tonight. What's going on, Greg?
Oh, not too much. Just hanging out.
Yeah? Did you finish the London card yet?
I finished.
Good.
Just under the wire, but I finished.
Nice. All right, good call. We also have another guest tonight, Sean Wilkinson, comedian based out of New York City. What's going on, Sean?
How's it going?
Pretty good, man. Thanks for coming on. This is awesome. This is very cool that you're a wrestling fan.
Yeah, I think this is the first wrestling podcast I've done before. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, they're a dime a dozen nowadays, so they're hard.
Yeah, I've talked about them a lot. Yeah, but
right. Yeah, man. So little about you, man. You're a comedian, right? Based out of New York City. How's that going?
Good. Originally from Boston. Now been in New York for the past like 3 years. So comedian and writer. Yep.
Nice.
That's not how I pay the bills, by the way. I'm not trying to act all fancy and everything. You know.
That's all right, man. We don't pay the bills by podcasting either. So.
You don't?
It's all a facade, my friend.
You got to get in on that Squarespace money, whatever.
Right.
Whatever's advertising the podcast these days.
Oh, I know, right? Everybody has Squarespace. We don't have Squarespace. But...
Mangrates was a big one back a couple of years ago.
Yeah, right. Cool, man. So you're obviously into wrestling. What's the deal? Big fan for years, or just catching on?
I sort of like I watched as a kid, and then I picked up on it again like a few years ago, like kind of casually going to pay-per-view parties and stuff. And then like 3 years ago, I started writing something wrestling related, just because I was always fascinated with the world. So then I started watching like like every week, and then it's been like my whole life since then, pretty much.
Awesome.
It just
cool.
like encapsulates the whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah, nice, cool. So we've all watched this NXT Takeover London card that aired yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Aired yesterday, like in the afternoon, obviously for the time. It actually kind of shocked me. I didn't realize that it was on so early. I just randomly had the day off, and I put the network on, and I was like, oh shit, this is on right now. Oh boy, and like it just started, and I was like, this is amazing.
I actually tried to watch at work, but there were too many people walking around and stuff.
Yeah. Nice. I actually
thought about it, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think Harmon watched it at work because he was texting me like in real time as it was going on live first, and I was like, "Aren't you working? What's happening? Like you're going to get fired like immediately."
Yeah, it was not a busy day, and I can kind of get away with a lot, but it was a little weird.
Nice.
Shirtless guys in front of all these business suits and everything, you know.
That's the best. Yeah, everybody at work makes fun of me too for well, not really make fun of me, but they razz me a little bit because I'm like the only like wrestling nut there. But yeah, man. All right, well let's just get right down to it. Match 1, Asuka versus Emma. Oof, man, I thought this was a barn burner. It was nice to go on first. Greg, what do you think? What was your thoughts on this match?
I thought it was fantastic. A lot of mat-based wrestling. Of course, some crazy kicks from Asuka, and just it started out. I thought the first like 2-3 minutes with the lockups and stuff was a little slow and a little sloppy, but I just went up from there. I thought it was great. I enjoyed the finish. I really enjoy the female Johnny Cage persona that Emma's got going on, and yeah, I thought it was
Great.
I thought it was one of the best on the card.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Like this whole thing now is just she. I didn't even think about that. Like I didn't even make that comparison about the Johnny Cage thing. It's very, very astute though. Nice. Sean, what are you thinking about this match?
For the first time, I don't think she's worn those before, right? I love her gloves. I'm
Right.
a big fan of Evil Emma, and Asuka's won me over too. She's just her fighting style is just so intense, and she's also hilarious. Like I don't know. There's not too many faces that can get away with like mocking their opponent, but she just does it so well. I don't know. I love her kind of like sly smile and everything. Yeah, I
Yeah.
love that match. It was one of the better ones of the night, I thought.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I liked it a lot. I really like Asuka's style. Um, I like how she transitions things into just into submissions or into kicks or like her style is just
Yeah, she
so
got like an answer
cool.
for everything.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, but even Emma during this match had one part where I think Asuka just like went for a kick and Emma caught it like and just immediately slapped her in the face. And I was like, whoa, like that was a very Asuka move from Emma. I thought it was really nice. I think both of these ladies will be, they'll probably hang around in NXT for a little bit because I think NXT needs them. But I think they have or talent. I know that the kick that Emma took at the end with a finish. I thought her head was gonna be like in the third row. It was just so brutal. It connected like it was just spot on, man. I loved it.
One of my favorite things.
Um,
One of my favorite things is when like refs get knocked out and then like everyone loses their shit and then the face ends up winning in the end,
oh, yeah.
and then they're like that much happier because they were looking forward to the disappointment, you know.
Yeah, and obviously, let's talk about this crowd for a second. This was obviously, this first match, and you just knew right away the crowd was going to be nasty all night. Like, they would go anytime, like, Asuka, got her in, like, a submission, like, when the ref's back was turned with the distraction from Dana Brooke, and the crowd was just going nuts. Like, tap, tap. I love this crowd. Greg, why don't you go first? Greg.
I didn't get that. You still talking
Oh, I
about?
broke up. No, just the crowd. What did you think of the crowd?
Oh man, it was. I thought the crowd was great. Sometimes the overindulgent crowds kill me, but not so much on this. I thought they were pretty entertaining, especially during the Bailey match. I thought that was pretty great. The in unison song and overall not too distracting, which is probably the biggest thing that bugs me about with crowds like that, but not overly obnoxious. Just the right amount of like you could tell they were super into it. They were super happy to have NXT there. And overall, just I thought they added to the NXT experience for sure.
Yeah,
right on. I yeah, go Sean.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like I've been getting a little annoyed by the smarky crowds recently, but like when it's all in good fun and the whole crowd is in on it, I really enjoy it. So especially where they were like coming up with their own chants, it wasn't just like the same things repeated all the time that are like, you know, shots at Vince or whatever. Like they were just like singing songs and incorporating people's names and stuff. So that was a lot of fun.
Putting Dash.
What chance? But yeah, it was definitely a smarter crowd than usual. 1 out of 10. What do you guys rate this match? Sean, why don't you go first?
I'd give it like an 8.
An 8, yeah, right on.
I'm gonna go 7.
Greg?
I say 7 for this one.
7.
Yeah.
That's a C, my friend.
There's a bit of a lag here.
I will go. Yeah, there's a little bit of lag with the video to the audio. I think the audio's doing all right though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with maybe a. Man, I really liked it. I'm gonna go 8.5. I liked it that much. I think the distraction by the ref was cool. Distraction of the ref swerve. So I like it. Moving on, match number 2, Apollo Crews versus Baron Corbin. Not the biggest Baron Corbin fan over here. I like Apollo enough, but I'm not completely like. I mean, not that I'm not sold on him. I just like, he's kind of like for me. He doesn't have like any crazy personality that I'm like super into. But the guy's kind of a freak athlete, so I thought it was okay. I thought it was probably Corbin's like best match, which probably isn't saying much because he just has a lot of squash matches. But it was okay for me. What do you guys think? Sean, you first.
All right. So I'm actually coming around on Baron Corbin. I was where you're at, like probably even a week ago, and I'm coming around.
Yeah.
I think his heel personality is getting much better. Like he used to come out and like it looked like he didn't care at all. Like Baron Corbin the guy didn't care. And now it looks like Baron Corbin, the character, doesn't care, and I feel like that's really doing him well here, Like, he can actually give it back to the crowd and everything, whereas he had, like, no real interactions at all. And just the little stuff, like yelling, you should have stayed home, you should have stayed in an ROH, Apollo. And was he even an ROH? I'm not, like, a big follower of ROH, but I heard he wasn't, or, like, that's not what he was known for, or whatever.
Oh, yeah, I'm not sure.
Like that's his idea of the Indies. It's just ROH.
Right. Yeah, some of his stuff was a little like that he was yelling was a little long-winded for me. He seems to be like the top. I'm assuming like we're one of the top heels now, kind of by process of elimination with Breeze moving up. So it's basically him and Joe. Unless I'm forgetting somebody, but as the top heels. I wish he would be more like he really is, like on Breaking Ground, because I
hate him on Breaking
Ground. Yeah, he was just that. I don't think he's a very good talker, obviously, but I think he's coming along in the ring. Greg, what do you think?
I agree. I didn't enjoy the match that much. I could say that. I thought it was a little slow paced. I like some of the stuff that Crews brings to the table. I don't like all of it. But I can say for positive that I felt for the first time tonight while I was watching Corbin come to the ring, I could see him on the main roster. And tonight was the first night when I actually watched him that I saw him come to the ring, and I was like, yeah, you know what? I could see that. I could see him. I think he should start out in some sort of stable. I don't think he should be by himself, but I think that I could see him now because I do see more character, more personality out of him.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Right, well, I guess I shouldn't say that because he's the goddamn champ, but I was gonna say he's having trouble, kind of being on his own, but just getting completely over by everybody. But no, that makes sense. Match-wise, yeah, I thought it was okay. Again, I'm kind of with you, Greg. I like some of the things that Apollo does, but I don't. It's probably match. I was very surprised that Baron Corbin got a clean win on Apollo Crews. What are you guys' thoughts on that, Sean?
Yeah, I was a bit surprised too. I was actually expecting Apollo to win, but I don't know. Given that I wasn't like disappointed in the result, just because I think I saw strides out of Baron, and also like Finn needs another heel to be fed. But yeah, I was surprised by that a bit.
I agree. I felt the ending came out of nowhere. It was the ending was surprising. I also didn't expect Corbin to win. I've kind of felt like Cruz was on a roll, and I just seemed like the most natural thing was for Cruz a Cruz win there, and the way it just came out of nowhere, it just really surprised me. But I was, you don't see finishes like that for heels all the time, so I thought it was kind of cool, I guess.
It's finished here.
I think they
I'll
needed
say that. I like Baron.
finish too, because the other matches were pretty predictable, even if they were entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I like his finish. Go for it, Greg.
His finisher is fantastic. I was going to agree with you. I love as much as everything I don't like about Baron Corbin, I love End of Days. It's a fantastic finisher.
That's a great name too, especially getting your head knocked on the damn mat too.
His whole character and stuff, and it's pretty cool. I like it, and he's proven that he can do it on some big guys too. I mean, I don't think anybody really notable, but some bigger guys in NXT at least. Oh well, he's done it on Rhino, I think. So.
Bull.
Yeah. So, yes. Again, if you guys could rate this 1 out of 10, Greg, what do you think?
I'm gonna give it a soft 5.
A soft 5.
Wait,
Man.
Johnny did.
All right, Sean, what do you think?
Johnny did a fraction before, right? You can go 4.5, right?
Yeah, he can do that.
I'd go a 6, just because I like the storytelling of it, and I liked Baron Corbin impressing me for the first time. I was kind of fighting it that he's been making strides for a while. So the fact that he impressed me here when I wasn't expecting much, I give it a 6.
Yeah. I'll agree with you. I'll go a 6. I think like you guys know, where Corbin winning was surprising. So I think I like to be surprised, and it doesn't really happen too often with WWE anymore. And usually if it's a surprise, it usually sucks. You're like, oh, well, that's weird. But this one was good. I thought, so yeah, so I'll go 6.
Or not the Rumble, Money. Was the shitty one. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
You won the Rumble too, and it sucked when he did that.
I wasn't following at that time, so I can't speak on that too much.
It was pretty disappointing when he won the Rumble.
Yeah. Man. Match 3 of the night, we got Bayley defending her NXT Women's Championship against Nia Jax.
You skipped the tag team, right?
Was that next?
I thought
we can do the tag team next.
I know. It was the women's match and then the headliner.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's do the tag match then. We'll do Dash Wilder and Scott Dawson, formerly known as the Mechanics. I don't know why they lost that name. And the versus Enzo and Cass. Man, guys, I thought this was going to be Enzo and Cass's moment. So again, big swerve here. I now I don't know what to say about Enzo and Cass. I don't know if what they're doing, if they're gonna get the belts or if they're moving up, or I don't know.
I think they're moving.
I thought this was gonna be their time.
I think they're moving up.
Yeah, you think they're moving up?
Yeah. I want them on the main roster so bad.
Sorry we keep running over each other.
Oh, that's right. Sean, what were you going to say?
Yeah, I'm a little sad that they didn't get their tag title run. But also, I think every match that they had, they were getting like screwed out of it, like in a way that kind of put over the heels in a big way, right? So there's that. So I was expecting that again. How they pulled it off was really entertaining, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was a great match. Greg, what were you going to say earlier?
I was just saying I want them up on the main roster so bad. I feel like they would get over more than anybody else that's currently.
Yeah, with New Day, if they come up, I mean, just the roof would blow off every Raw with those two guys. Xavier and Enzo on the mic. I mean, it'd be chaos, and it'd be really, really entertaining. But I mean, this match I thought was really good. Dash Wilder and Scott Dawson can really go. They're very old school, but they have some really cool moves too. Like that finish was like off the top rope. It was just nuts. And I like that NXT for big events now are doing. I hate to kind of say it like John Cena-ing, but like they're taking like regular moves and really just multiplying them to like extreme measures. So like that finisher off the top rope was nuts. It's like, okay, he's not getting out of that. Like he's not kicking out. Like as much as I want him to, this match is over. I thought it was a really good performance from Enzo. Dire gross. We were all like, what is he wearing? That's silly. But it was. I thought those guys did really well. And again, man, I'm a little disappointed that Enzo and Cass didn't take home the win. Greg, how do you think this match was worked? Like I said, I thought it was good, man. What about you?
Well, I don't want to use a kind of pretentious term like ring psychology, but I thought ring psychology was pretty great in this match. And it was like little things that I noticed, like Enzo going for the hot tag, and I feel like I can predict things pretty well. Him just missing it and getting knocked off the apron, and also Dash and Dawson getting screwed over by the ref not seeing the tag. You never see that on heels. It always is on the baby faces. And I thought that was fantastic because you never see that. You never see that go the other way around. So I just thought all around ring psychology. Both teams worked the match great. Everybody did a great job. God, that chop block to Big Cass. God, that looked nasty. It was so great. I loved this match. I think it was my favorite on the card.
Nice. Think of the punches Enzo like out of the ring. It was insane. I thought it was nuts. It made me jump out of my seat, literally. So, what else? Man, I guess I'm just so bummed that they didn't win. Like, I really wanted to win. Like, I think I texted, I might have been Greg and the gang. I said something like, "Oh, they're doing a promo on Enzo and Cass. Like, clearly they're winning tonight because like they had this awesome, like, put together coming up through the ranks and Enzo looking really like goofier than he used to or than he does now, and it was just all this stuff. And I was like, oh, this is their moment. They're winning tonight. And then nope.
I saw the NXT show in Albany, which is obviously a house show, so I know like no title belts are changing. But it was them versus Blake and Murphy for the tag champs, and they got screwed over just like they always do. And I feel like they're almost too over, where like they'll never get belts just because them getting screwed over, is so painful to fans that they'll pay to see it every single time.
Yeah, that makes so much sense, man. Yeah, like we talk about it all the time, like superstars that don't necessarily need titles. Like Bray Wyatt is one that we feel is kind of like that, even though we'd love to see him with one. Yeah, maybe Enzo and Cass kind of fall into that. I often compare them to like the Rockers, how like the Rockers were so over back in the 80s and 90s, and like they just never had a title. Like they won it once, but then it got reversed. And then obviously,
That's
yeah.
perfect.
Yeah, and then so like we obviously know history, like what happens, with that tag team. Do you guys think that somewhere down the line one of them breaks out, or do you think that they're just like too perfect together? Sean, what are your thoughts on that?
Right now, I think they're too perfect together. A few months ago, I thought like Enzo would get the call up and Cass wouldn't, and Enzo would kind of fill that comedy role that like Santino Marella had or something. But Big Cass has really improved in the ring, and I feel like they work so well together, and with Carmella as well, that they have to call up them, and I don't really see them ever parting ways. I think that'll be a disaster, especially for Big Cass.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's kind of weird too, because like I think Cass is the better. I don't know. I don't want to say better worker, but I mean, he's just more of that main roster type. He's a big man. He could be like that next big monster. With Big Show and Kane kind of fading out. They don't really have like a big 7-footer anymore. That's really scary. Like Cass could kind of be that guy. Greg, what do you think of that?
You know what? I think Enzo and Big Cass, I can't help, and I feel like this comparison gets used so much, but I can't help but think of HBK and Big Daddy Cool. That's what I think of every time. Enzo is not going to be HBK ever. He's not going to be anywhere close to it, but they need to stay together until they can't anymore, and that doesn't make any sense. But that's just how I feel. I mean, you can't split them up now. They are perfect together as a team, and eventually it'll get tired. Their act will get tired, and you will want to split them up. But for now, for the long run, they need to stay together.
Yeah. Agreed. Have we rated this yet? No, we haven't. Let's rate this bad boy. Greg, what do you rate this guy as?
Oh, I'm gonna give this an 8.5.
8.5.
Yes.
That is up there.
That's a hard 8. You mean hard 8?
That's a hard 8. A hard 8.
Yeah, it's a hard 8.
I like to switch it up. Next match is gonna be 4 stars. So.
4 stars. This is
4.
Yeah.
I'm going.
Sean,
I'll go with 9 stars.
9 stars.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was a very good match. Very good match.
Yep, I thought it was great. I'm gonna go. Oh man. Man, I'm gonna go 9 too. I thought it was really good. I thought it was maybe the best one on the match or on the card. I thought it was great. 9. All right, let's go back to the Bayley Nia Jax match for the NXT Women's title. Nia Jax getting a kind of like early call to the title, I feel. She's only been on the roster or on TV roster for, I don't know, it feels like maybe a month and a half or something like that, maybe, and already vying for the title. So, interesting matchup. Obviously, because of Nia's size, like I knew that they weren't going to do anything wild and crazy, and obviously because of her experience too. But Bayley, man, like she's come such a long way. Like she's such a good, like, producer of matches. Like I know, like we've all seen Breaking Ground too, so she's like kind of producing other matches and teaching people how to like use like that ring psychology, like Greg mentioned earlier, and just putting on good matches and showing other people how to put on good matches. And this was one that I thought wasn't a great match, but it was probably the best thing that they could have done. Especially the finish, because it's like she's not gonna belly to Bailey Nia Jax, so it's like they had to creatively kind of find some other way for her to win, and I thought that they did that.
Halfway through the match, I was like, "Oh right, that can't happen."
Right, yeah. And so I don't know. I thought they handled the finish fine. I thought it was. I liked it. Greg, what about you? How did you feel about this match?
Yeah. You know what? Her going from Sasha Banks Iron Man match, and I don't know. I understand what the match had to be. It's obviously like the monster heel versus the smaller champion, and it had to be how it was. And I thought for what it was a good match. I mean, they used she beat down Bailey for most of the match. There was a lot of good power moves from Nia, which I thought was great. I don't understand why she's dressed like Super Shredder. It's a very awkward ring outfit for me. I would maybe we just get something else going. The shoulder pads are very weird. It's distracting. But besides that, I was bored, and I don't want to be bored by a Bailey match, but I was, and I don't know. It's not Bailey's fault, and I don't even really know if it's Nia Jax's fault. But it was just a weird match for me. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just get two people in there that just don't mesh well together, and that's kind of what happens. I will say this about Nia Jax's wrestling attire, though. It's much better than what she debuted in on TV. Do you guys remember that? That was ridiculous. It was like this giant purple weird leotard.
It was blue and gold, or like Persia and gold, or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, really weird.
Like when it's all black, it's menacing. She's big and strong and everything.
Yeah.
The shoulder pads are a bit ridiculous, but I don't mind it other than that. But the blue and gold thing, it was just like the least flattering outfit for a woman. Like she's not. It's not that she's ugly. She's big and beautiful, but that was not flattering whatsoever.
No.
It's almost too much like, hey, this person's like Awesome Kong, so let's make the ring attire like Awesome Kong, and it just doesn't work for her. There's got to be something, like, there's got to be a happy medium between weird 70s curtains and Super Shredder. There's got to be something.
Yeah.
Let's all draw that up tonight, and then
okay. I'm going to send my ideas in. I'm going to tweet Triple H.
Yeah. You and H are on good terms. So.
E and the H.
Yeah. Sean, what did you think? What did you think of this match? Despite ring attires, what did you think of this match?
I enjoyed it. Like Greg said, it was what it needed to be. I don't think I had like too high expectations for it, but there were parts where you're supposed to ask yourself, how is Bailey gonna get herself out of that one? Because I knew Bailey was gonna win pretty much. So yeah, I think it told a good story. I think that they left enough on the plate that they can have sequel matches later on, whenever Nia gets back into the title picture, and she improves or whatever, and they'll be more entertaining. But I thought it was good for what it was. Yeah.
Nice. One thing I will say about Bailey is that it's pretty apparent she's getting more comfortable in the spotlight, and especially as champ. And I don't know if it's all part of the character or what, or if it's just kind of like real life persona coming out. But she definitely looks more comfortable as champ. Before matches, she's smiling. She looks more comfortable. Whereas before, she kind of looked a little nervous, and she looked very awkward immediately after winning that championship. I think now she's definitely looking more comfortable, and I don't know, it suits her a little bit better. But rating-wise, I'll go first. I think it was. I'm gonna say a 5, just because they did as much as they possibly could with it. I don't think it was a bad match. It was just an awkward match from the beginning, and they kind of worked it out. I did really, really like the finish, how she just guillotine choked her out, and I thought it was a different finish for Bayley, and it was kind of like one of those things that she did what she had to do against a superstar that was, so much bigger than her. So, Greg, what about you?
Did his audio cut out, or is it really just taxing on?
Thinking hard, Greg? Oh man, that would have been perfect. Oh, you did. I think you did. I think you did. I think you did cut out.
It just
I think it did
dying for like a half hour.
Oh my god, yeah. It'd be awesome if. No, you're not gonna come back. All right.
All right, well, great, and then we'll see if he comes back.
Yeah, do it. I love this picture right now. It's very good.
Yeah,
Sean,
yeah. Oh man.
That's the best picture. Oh, Sean, what did you?
I give this match a 6. Again, just like the Baron Corbin and Apollo Crews, I like the storytelling of it. I guess 6 is my go-to number for like a match that I like the storytelling, but wasn't like particularly memorable. So
yeah,
6 for that reason. Yeah.
Okay, that sounds good. Hey, Greg, are you alive? And I think Greg's gone. Oh no.
Just in time for the title match.
Just in time for the title match. We'll get him when he comes back. So, all right, we're on the main event time. Finn Balor versus Samoa Joe. Oh, he just texted me too. Lost you guys. Yeah, he'll be back. So, Finn Balor versus Samoa Joe for the NXT Heavyweight Championship. I've liked the build-up to this match, starting out with like the Dusty Rhodes Classic. I thought was really great. Them being teammates, and then them. I mean, like during the whole Classic. Hey, there's Greg.
There he is.
Hey, buddy. Your picture on Hangouts was priceless. It was paused, and it looked amazing.
You just started sighing as you were about to rate the match, and then it looked like you were doing that forever. So we really didn't know what was happening for a little bit.
Yeah, we're like, is he just really thinking about this, or what? Oh no, are you paused again?
No, that was me.
No, you're not. Oh, you got
You didn't catch me.
Oh, you got me. You son of a bitch. Oh,
I gave it a 5.
Funny guy. All right, Greg. 5?
Yeah.
Okay. 5 for the Bayley Nia Jax match.
The title match, Greg. You just gave that a 5.
Yeah. So you think the title matches was a 5? Okay.
2.
2 for Balor. Yeah. All right, man. So title match: Finn Balor, Samoa Joe. Like I was saying, I think the build-up was really great. The Dusty Rhodes Classic starting it off, and then I kept waiting the whole tournament for Joe to turn on him. The whole tournament, I was like, this is gonna happen, and it just never happened during the tournament. I think they really wanted to focus on, the Dusty Rhodes Classic and not really tarnish it, with like a personal feud or whatever, or another storyline. And then obviously the turn happened. And I liked the story, the build, like how Samoa Joe felt betrayed that Finn didn't offer him the title match, wasn't like proactive about giving him a shot. I thought it was great. It was simple, it was easy. It's it's stuff that we can just understand. Finn Balor's entrance, holy shit! I thought it was fantastic. I mean, it blew me away. Sean, what did you think of that?
I think his entrance is great, but I can't stop focusing on the reggae wig.
Yeah.
That throws me off during the takeovers. That's I feel like if he toned it down a little bit, then it would be absolutely perfect. But yeah, that was an interesting entrance.
Ignorance.
Entrance. I tried to say enter the ring and entrance at the same time.
Nice. Greg, what did you think?
I'm really glad that Sean said that about his hat, his wig, or whatever it is, because I really feel like everything about his entrance is so epic, except that hat is like, I'm pretty sure when I was a kid I had a winter hat like that, with like a bunch of stuff coming down, and that's just the only thing I just don't understand about that entrance is the hat part. But everything else is so great. The music and his movements and stuff, and the paint, the body paint, the face paint, is great, and I love it. But the hat's gotta go.
Yeah, everything else about like letting the demon out makes sense. Like body paint coming out all creepy, smoke, crazy music. But then you just throw on a ridiculous hat. Like that's nothing like a demon.
Yeah.
Like why would a demon ever care about what hat he was wearing?
Apparently, the demon was a snowboarder in the '90s.
Oh man, if he came out in goggles just to make fun of himself, then I'd be.
Drinking a Mountain Dew.
Yeah, that is. I agree. That's pretty silly. I've never liked that. But speaking of hats, though, with the he kind of had like the Jack the Ripper kind of thing going on. I thought that was so cool. Really, just really on point. Like I don't know, man. I just dug it. I was like, oh, is he doing a Jack the Ripper thing? He is. That's crazy. Yeah, man. And like Greg said, his whole movement, everything was awesome. The paint on his back was like a Jack the Ripper thing. It was just so cool. I definitely think he is, like, when he gets to the main roster, I mean, I know guys have been like, oh, he's going to have to tone it down or whatever, but I don't know. I just think that he's going to be like that one guy that has really, really cool entrances on the main roster. I mean, he already is that guy, but once he gets up there, he's going to probably take over like the Undertaker kind of thing where you get a badass entrance like every pay-per-view. And I'm really psyched to see what they're going to do with it on the main roster because it's only going to get big.
Oh, can you imagine it's WrestleMania?
Yeah.
Right? Match-wise, I thought this match was phenomenal. They did so many cool spots in this match. I don't know, man. I don't even know where to really begin. There's so many cool kicks. I mean, it just looked like they were beating the shit out of each other, like for real. Greg, what do you think about this match?
It was, like you said, it was really stiff. It was really a lot of really great spots. I enjoyed watching it. This match is why you watch wrestling. I mean, plain and simple. Samoa Joe, Finn Balor, you can't go wrong with those two in the ring, and they proved why that's true. It's why you watch wrestling. It's why you enjoy wrestling. And that was it. I mean, it was a pure good wrestling match.
Yeah. Sean, what about you? Were you surprised at the finish at all, or did you predict Balor retaining?
I predicted Balor retaining. They had some good fake outs throughout, and I really thought Joe was going to land the Muscle Buster at one point. I enjoyed the fact that they faked this out a bit, and then because it could have gone either way. That really, I expected Finn to win, but who knows? You never know who's going to get called up next, so they could just have them lose the title.
Right. Yeah, and it's with Samoa Joe being such an established star already, it's like it would be pretty believable, if he were to be the next NXT champ. I think he could carry it. I will say this, and I know that this is kind of like sacrilege. I've never been like a huge Joe guy. I wasn't a big TNA guy. But I don't know. I think he's doing an all right job kind of filling that role right now, and I don't know if he'll stay heel or maybe go back to face and just call it like, oh, hey, this was just whatever, like, thanks for giving me the shot at the belt, you know, whatever. And now he's like, they're back to being buddies. That's kind of what it seems like it might be, but I wouldn't be surprised if Joe, you know, stays heel for a bit. You know, like we said earlier with when we were talking about Baron Corbin, you know, they don't have a lot of heels there. You know, they have a ton of faces, and Sami Zayn coming back as another face, and Tommy coming back sometime, I'm assuming next year, is another face. So they're just kind of like babyface stacked up. So keeping Joe heel might be a good idea for the time being. When he was setting up the Muscle Buster, like off the top rope, it scared the crap out of me. Ever since Tyson Kidd, the Muscle Busters just scared the shit out of me, man. I don't know if I like it anymore.
Yeah, it's a scary looking thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, like, off the top rope, I was just like, no, don't do this. I got like the same feeling when I see tombstones nowadays. I'm just like, oh, no. You know?
Like, anytime you see like a big guy try something like that on a little guy, you're like, no, this is not fair whatsoever. And I'm sure it's just as safe as them doing it on anybody else, but it just seems like so crazy that a big guy would like punish a little guy like that, you know?
Right.
Like, even if you're winning the match, have some mercy, for Christ's sake.
Right. Yeah. Oh man. I don't know, man. Like, this match is just so good. I can't really think of any like crazy memorable spots because there were kind of so many of them. I liked how ruthless Balor was near the end of the match, where he was just like drop kicking him over and over again, and Joe wouldn't go down. You know, because usually like the setup for Balor, and I've kind of been critical of Balor for a little bit. He's one of my favorite superstars now, but like when he first came into NXT, he was very just like very repetitive, especially with the setup to the coup de grace. Like he would do that drop kick, it would hit, you know, into the corner. The guys would just happen to roll out and like lay down in like the exact spot that he needs, and it was just all a big, you know, setup. And I like how they mixed it up a little bit, where he had to keep drop kicking him like 4 times in order for Joe to actually go down, and he drop kicked him like in the back, and it was a good setup to the coup de grace. And I like that he almost didn't get it. Like he like I think he had to kind of do it quickly, and it wasn't much of a setup. I like moves that kind of are quick like that, and I don't know. I just thought it was good. It was different, a different finish. I don't know.
Yeah, my favorite finishers are ones that can be pulled out quickly or be drawn out. And his is usually pretty drawn out. So that I think that's the first time I've seen it where he had to pull it out like split second.
Right.
So it was good to see him kind of adapt with that.
Yeah, right on. I agree. Would you guys rate this? Greg, why don't you go? Rate this match.
I give this one an 8.
8. All right.
8.
That's it. Just an 8. All right, Sean. 8.
No hardness or softness to that 8. I give it an 8 as well.
Okay.
Yeah, it was solid, as you said. Nothing too memorable. I wouldn't put it on the same level as like the Kevin Owens title matches with Finn. But yeah, it was really solid.
Yep, I will follow suit. I will go an 8 also. Like you said, Sean, memorable, but not like, you know, I can't really pick it apart and be like, oh, that was really cool. Like, that was a crazy spot. That was a crazy spot. Right. It was just all around a really solid match. I really liked it. I thought it served its purpose as a headliner just really, really well. So, yeah. Overall on the card, what did you guys think of the whole thing overall? Greg, what did you think?
It was not my favorite takeover, but it wasn't bad. It was entertaining. Kept my attention. I thought, like I said, tag titles were my favorite match. But yeah, it was okay. It was just okay for me. It wasn't, like I said, it wasn't the best takeover that I've seen.
Yeah. Sean, what about you?
Yeah, I'd say it's sort of towards the bottom of the takeovers, but the list of takeovers is so good that that's not even saying anything particularly bad. So yeah, it was entertaining. I was entertained by the matches that weren't particularly crazy, just because they advanced stories. But like as far as being memorable, it doesn't like stand up to like Fatal 4-Way or Brooklyn or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I hear you guys. I agree. It was only 5 matches too, which I thought was a little short. I feel like the other ones are maybe longer. At least
I think they
uh,
squeeze in 6 usually, right?
yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think maybe I'm trying to think. Balor Joe got a ton of time, and I think the tag match I think was fairly long, if I remember. So maybe filled up a lot of time. But yeah, I thought it was good, man. I thought it was really good. I thought it was on par with the rest of them. Except for maybe Brooklyn, because that one was just so monumental. Like it had the Bailey Sasha Banks match that was just incredible.
I was there to brag about myself.
You were.
I was, yeah.
You
Yep.
son of a bitch.
Oh,
That's
man,
amazing.
so much. That was my favorite
Oh.
thing ever.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh man. How intense is that? Like,
That was crazy because I didn't expect them to sell out either. I heard they were going to be there and like do like 5,000 seats at the Barclays Center, and they sold out the whole place. And like they sold out the first seats so quickly that they released the next ones, and those sold out really quickly too. So my buddy got me a ticket, and I'm a big Sasha Banks fan, so I was like a teeny bit disappointed that she lost, but that match was just so much fun. I mean, that was just incredible.
yeah.
The whole event, and they also filmed like an episode of a regular episode right before, so we got a whole night's worth of entertainment there.
Oh, that's phenomenal. Yeah, man. We are also big Sasha Banks fans. We would like to see her in more action up there on the main roster. But
Yeah, she'll get her moment. She'll get her moment. We'll see when it comes.
yeah, definitely. Cool, guys. Well, awesome. Thanks for breaking down that card with me and reviewing it. That was a lot of fun. Sean, anything you want to plug coming up? Twitter or anything like that?
My Twitter is @thewilkmilk, if I'm even getting that right. I know, yeah, it's the Wilk Milk. I keep forgetting which one was my Instagram. Instagram used to be Wilk Milk. I think I just changed it. So the Wilk Milk, which is a silly, stupid nickname that I gave myself, and somehow caught on. So now I'm using it.
Nice.
I don't have too many shows coming up because I'm very lazy at booking comedy shows. But check me out on Twitter. I'm decent at that. So.
Nice. Yeah. Cool. Greg, what about you? What are you doing on Twitter nowadays?
I have been a little bit more active than I have been in the past.
Yeah, I've noticed. Yeah.
It's @Gregulator85. That's it. I am not good at it.
Okay.
Get you guys excited about following me.
Yeah, that's gonna reel in some followers right there.
Yeah, I have started live tweeting pay-per-views and Raws every once in a while. So once in a while, I like to throw a lot of shit at the wall, see what sticks. So
Sure.
I tweet quite a bit during pay-per-views and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
check me out.
I actually don't do any wrestling tweeting because like a handful of people will follow me just for my jokes, and then I feel like they'll just see like, what? Why is he complaining about who's this guy? Like no one will care.
Yeah. No, I will say, Sean, your Twitter game is pretty strong.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
And also, I did look up some of your stand-up. I thought it was very funny. Yeah, your whole bit on the designated hitter was very, very funny, man. I thought that was just genius, comparing it, to gay marriage and stuff. I thought it was really funny, man. Just hilarious stuff.
Out of the context, that sounds insane. But
yeah, no, but it's just really, really funny. If you guys just check it out on YouTube or whatever, it's really awesome. So yeah, you guys can check me out at Twitter, I guess, at Johnny Fashion. You can check out the Smark and Mark Twitter page at @SmarkandMark_PW. please check out smarkandmark.com. What else? Oh, Greg, you're gonna be official part of smarkandmark.com. You're gonna be writing a column starting at the beginning of the year, and
Everybody get excited.
Congrats.
yeah, very excited. So yeah, and we got Smarkies coming up. End of the year awards. The Smarkies. That's pretty clever. But
I'm thinking to come up with that.
yeah, right. And so, very, very long time. We had to have a team meeting about it. No. So yeah, so the Smarkies coming up. Basically, we're gonna do. It's gonna be like 20 categories of like best male wrestler, best female wrestler, best, most underrated, overrated, all this stuff. So we're gonna put a poll up on smarkandmark.com. You guys can vote, and then we'll announce the winners at the very end of the year or the very beginning of next year with a very special podcast with everybody involved. So it's gonna be wild. It's gonna be awesome. I think that's about it. Yeah. WrestleCrate, yeah. We can talk about WrestleCrate, I guess, but we got a commercial that usually plays. So, but WrestleCrate's awesome. If you guys ever want to do WrestleCrate, it's fantastic. Type in ISR2M. It's still real to me in the coupon thing. You get 10% off. It's really fun. I heard Kurt Angle is going to be involved in the next one, maybe. So, should be cool. I like Kurt Angle. Anyway. I think that's about it. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Greg, welcome back. Welcome officially to the team. And Sean, thank you so much, man. It was really fun. You're definitely welcome back anytime.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I had a blast.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Peace out, y'all.
There you go.